get the motor going. Let's get the motor going. Draw. It's clean, nasty.
To the 20, to the 15, to the 10. Stone step over the 5, and he's dead.
Round check is back, but hey, we're going with half the members for today. Seems like everybody's busy today, but CarCast is here, and we got David from Sunshine Coronas. Man, your little video, your little picture too bright, man. I'm just playing. Nah, but all seriously, man. So it's gonna be pretty interesting for the last preseason game. We'll get to see who we get to keep on the roster, man. There's just a lot of questionable marks, man. CarCast, what's been on your mind, man?
Dude, I'm just looking forward to the what do you call it? We can talk a little bit about the Broncos preseason game, but I'm really looking to Trey playing with the starters because he has such a high ceiling, and look what he did. He rebounded from the interception in the Week 2 preseason game, and that was kind of a fluky play. It got tipped in the air, and some guy came diving in and caught the pick. So I want to see Trey Lance play with the starting offensive line with Banks, Burford, Colton McKivitz. Let's see how he does as a starting right tackle this year. I want to see Feliciano didn't look too good Week 1, but I want to see the starting O-line. Ronnie Bell, man, that dude, people are calling him Debo Samuel 2.0. Bro, he was stiff-arming people out there. He plays bigger than his size. Coming out of Michigan, that guy, he can run any route on the route tree, man. He can fly down the field. This guy has some speed. This guy is agile. I really like Ronnie Bell. And he was a late-round draft pick, like 7th-round pick. Dude, this guy is going to be a star. He's going to be our 4th wide receiver, guaranteed.
Oh, dude, I'm not even disagreeing about that part. Like, I actually made like a little shorts video of Ronnie Bell doing that stiff arm thing. I don't know if you guys saw that stiff arm, but I did with the Ron Simmons where he's like, "Damn," and he backs off.
Hell yeah.
No, but yeah, when you watch Ronnie Bell play, dude, I've heard his name a lot coming into the draft. I didn't know. I heard that he was coming off an ACL injury, which is a red flag in some perspective. But I think he could have easily been a 3rd-round talent for sure. But when I saw us got that kid, I'm like thinking that's a steal. And then I guess what I put on the draft review, one of the guys thought I was crazy for putting an A+ for Ronnie Bell draft. I said, dude, it wouldn't surprise me if he makes the team, but I say he would be the guy to replace Juwan Jennings next year. So even if we do stash him on our practice squad, which I don't see it happening now, but I did say that I give this draft an A for Ronnie Bell, and now it's starting to become starting to look good now. But we got John Jay. We got John Jay, man. We got Mr. John Jay in the building. We got our Laker brother.
Our Laker brother.
Ronnie Bell was a 4th-round grade, and he fell to the 7th round. That's crazy.
I thought he had a 3rd-round grade because he looked pretty dude, he plays hard for sure.
Does play hard.
Really hard. Like, he blocks well, too. I can see the comparisons a little bit like Bolden, but I think he has that Debo-ish, live with 2 on panels that look. hey, David, man, tell me about how you feel about the preseason game, man. Come on.
Pretty good lately, but man, Ronnie Bell is just killing it, man. And we got one more preseason game to go before we start the season. And I can't wait, man, for the season week 1.
Yeah, salute to Corey. Corey,
yeah,
man.
What's up, Corey?
Salute to the man.
Corey.
Salute.
Corey, the GOAT.
So we just have to do one game at a time. Just Brock Purdy have to just take his time, just do his thing like he did last year. just one game at a time, and after that, we'll go to the playoffs, and after that, we'll go to the Super Bowl, hopefully.
One
And
game at a
then,
time, man. One game at a time.
yeah, that's what I said. One game at a time.
Yep.
And yeah, just can't wait for the season to start, man.
Same here. I mean, just one more game, so we want to be able to see what we got with those other guys. I mean, why would I want to tell Michael that Fields he's not the king of nobody's division, bro? No disrespect. I think it comes down to the Vikings and Lions winning that division this year. I don't even think Fields is pretty good, but not like your typical quarterback that's going to carry you.
They got DJ. They got the weapons and they got the defense, but we got to see how they pan out. They got a lot of young guys on that team.
That's going to be the season where he gets no excuses because one, to be fair, he actually did have to play with some unknown receivers, but now that he has weapons, there's no excuses for him. But I'm not really.
They still won't make the playoffs, though.
I don't think they will. I think it comes down to Detroit and
Minnesota.
Minnesota.
Yeah.
I don't know. Something about the Green Bay Packers. I know that we've been writing off the Packers a bit, but I don't know, man. Something about the Packers just seem like they always find a miracle at quarterback. I don't know. Jordan Love has looked really good in practice, from my understanding.
I don't know. We'll see how he does in the regular season, man.
I know this is a bad shot from now, but if we ended up anywhere below the NFC Championship, we have a real QB. Ooh, interesting question. I don't know about this.
Who's that? Oh,
it's Fab. Fab is a guy that comes on. I think he's that Rams fan that comes on.
okay.
But if we ended up yeah, I think there's I don't know, man. That would be nice to see another rematch, but I don't know, man. We got to see how the Rams look like if I'm being realistic. I mean, Rams have a lot of they're starting from young talent, so it really depends on the durability of their team. If Cooper Kupp can stay healthy and if their entire squad can stay healthy, I don't know much about their I know they're still in this. They can still maybe be a wild card, but that's a far fetch in my opinion.
I don't even think they're going to be a playoff. We'll see.
I don't know about their ceiling.
They got Stafford coming off an injury. They got Kupp coming off like a knee injury.
It's a tough
They lost Wagner.
Aaron Donald from a back injury.
Exactly. And they lost a lot of key guys.
Wait a minute. So David, you predicted this?
Oh, that's crazy, man.
Okay. Okay. I think for Butter's money, bro, he's gonna take the money off of on that one, bro. Oh, you're a Niner fan? Oh, okay, you're a Niner fan. My bad. I thought because I looked at the jersey the way it looked, I thought it was a Ram. Okay, you're good, man. My bad.
Yo, what you guys think of T.Y. McGill, bro?
Oh, he's solid. He's a good rotational player.
I like him, man. Freaking Javon Hargrave had a sack as well as him. Javon Hargrave sack. That was full 100% effort.
No, but I think this is the question he's referring to. Like, you know, if we don't make it to the NFC Championship, do we have a QB competition? Which I think it should be, because even like hypothetically, I'm hoping it doesn't happen, but
exactly,
if it comes down to it, it needs to be a competition.
That's what Kyle was having this year, and then he
didn't even give it a competition. Oh,
exactly, man.
He didn't even know competition, bro.
I hope we don't make it. I mean, I hope we get over that hump. You
just said we don't. I'll get you. You kind of slipped your mouth. Okay.
Oh wow.
Nah, I mean the way you said it kind of sounds weird, but I think we're okay. Let's put it this way: we make it to the playoffs.
Yo.
Our ceiling is NFC Championship, so that's not going to be that's guaranteed, bro.
Well, I think our ceiling Super Bowl. Kyle Shanahan needs to get his head out of his ass and actually, stop making bonehead mistakes.
Ooh, Corey's judging you. He says you got TV on, David. Man, you got TV on. You're a caveman. I'm just playing.
Yeah, the background. Oh wow, he called you a caveman.
I'm joking.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
Nah, because he's saying he's watching TV, but I don't know. Like,
yeah, I'm watching baseball right now.
Watching the Dodgers? Is that what you're watching?
You know it.
Yeah. I guess the only thing me and John G would have in common is the Giants and the Niners. That's about it.
Yeah.
But I feel like the expectation for this upcoming season is, you know what I just heard? This can really impact the Seahawks now for what
What's
I'm hearing. Their rookie wide receiver is going to miss 4 weeks or so.
Yeah, he had a wrist injury or something.
Jackson Jackson Enigma, whatever his name is. He's going to have wrist surgery. I think he's probably going to miss like 3 or 4 games of the season, so that could be a rust for him because if he were to play later in the season, he might be on a hot streak or something. But that's kind of like we haven't went through a lot of injuries. If you look at the injuries, bro, it's not as significant like last year. Last year, we gone through those injuries. It's not as bad. I don't know.
Yeah, you're right.
Like Taco Charlton, it's not like he was going to make the roster anyways.
Right.
Who were the other guys?
Taco Charlton.
No, I'm talking about like
Jordan. Injure?
Anthony Everett. He wasn't going to even make the roster. I mean, come on. This year, it's not like as bad. Like, let's talk about injury. Let's talk about injury during the offseason. We always go through those significant injuries, right?
Yep.
But what's going on with Ninerland? Is it a different vibe now? No injuries?
It's preseason, and we got both of our special teams guys hurt, really. McLeod, Danny Gray. Danny Gray could have – I wanted him to get some opportunities during preseason. And he had that shoulder, the right shoulder injury.
But it's not season-ending injury. That's the difference. Like, Danny Gray, I think he'll be back. But I think with Ray McLeod's injury, it does open more of an opportunity for Ronnie Bell. Ooh, we got a new member of the round check. His name is Lotto Lawrence, man. This is the new guy. What is up, man?
What's up, man?
Good, man?
What is up, my guy?
Fellas, what up?
What is up, man?
What's up?
Yeah, this guy's like a real talk, man. But hey, talk about the preseason. How did you feel about the preseason performance of Trey? I know you're a big Trey fan.
Can y'all hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, we got you.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, I mean, Trey started off a little sluggish, a little slow. I think Kyle fucks up with the play calling with Trey. Let him hand the ball off, 1 to 2 times, get warmed up, get rid of the jitters, and then after that, let it rip.
That's what it needs to be.
It don't take too long for him to get warmed up.
Exactly, and like we're a run first team. Like I don't, It
looks like when he comes in, I don't know if he's scared or shaken up, and he's not that good at first, but when he starts cooking, he's on point.
Exactly, and we're like the run sets up the
and
pass.
Another thing about Trey is he didn't play that much, so every time he get in the game, it's his first time playing in a month, 2 months, 3 months of game action. So let him warm up a little bit.
Yeah, he needs to build confidence. Like how many reps does this kid need? He needs as many reps as he can because that's not going to help it. Like the 4-game samples of what he started during his career, that's not determined to call him a bust, man. I'm not in the business of saying that's not the right way to judge a player. You have to see him what he does on the football field by playing more games. And I feel like the kid will get better and it builds confidence when you give him the most reps. But as of right now, this is like a botch trade almost. But if Trey can turn it around, which I think he will, which I believe he will because he just needs reps and build confidence.
Yep, right. Yup. It all comes with reps. Yup. Sam Darnold had 4 possessions just to score a touchdown.
I was mad about that. I like, dude, come on. Sam ain't scoring, bro. Get Trey out there.
4 goddamn possessions to score a freaking 2-yard flat from Coletto and take it 10 yards. Like, it takes that long, man. I think there was a pick meanwhile, too.
It was dumb how Shanahan just wanted to get the points on the board. And I'm like, bro, come on. Get him out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
dude,
it's like you give Sam a couple reps, Trey a couple reps. I still call him Pee Wee. Y'all could call him Brock or Purdy, but he's Pee Wee to me. You give Pee Wee a gang of freaking reps, so it's like you're not getting nobody prepared but Pee Wee. And at the end of the day, we're just not about to win with a quarterback like that. We watched Jimmy do that same dink and dunk shit for 7, 8 seasons, and it got us nowhere.
Yep.
I mean, it's okay to be critical, but for some of those fans, which we call the Purdy files, they call us fake ass. nowadays because we don't want what's best. Dude, I'm okay with Brock being the guy, but I don't think he's going to be the guy that's going to carry us, bro. This is why we traded up for Trey Lance, because of the upside, the potential, the way he has the potential of a Josh Allen or a Patrick Mahomes. I'm not saying he's going to be the next Patrick Mahomes, but those type of the arm talent is something you can't find.
Right.
He has the talent, he's just not playing. There's a difference.
You got to have the reps.
And that's the thing. And they continue to push that narrative. And I made a stat about that earlier in the week where, if y'all remember last off season, it was a big deal. Okay, should Trey be QB1 as opposed to Jimmy? And all the sports writers and all the fan base kept on saying, well, we a win now team. So therefore, it's nothing a second-year player could do for us, meaning Trey, being that was his second year. Okay, well, now this is Pee Wee's second year. Why y'all not pushing that same narrative?
I mean,
Pee Wee's still a second-year player. We're a win-now team. So why not say, well, we need to go get a veteran quarterback since we're a win-now team? I mean, I just don't get it.
Well, that's the reason why they brought a veteran like Sam Darnold, but Darnold doesn't do nothing. That's the problem. He's got 55 games of playing experience. Two teams have given up on him. I wouldn't say it's a typical veteran quarterback I would want, but I wouldn't put him over Trey. I think the more you see Brock play against the teams we're going to face, it's going to be the true test for Brock Purdy. Like Pittsburgh, that's no scrub. That's no joke. You're going to see a better defense.
Definitely. That's a true test. Yeah.
Yep.
That defense they're coming at you, man. TJ Watt, all those guys.
Yeah, it is hard to prepare.
So this the thing. That Pittsburgh game on the road, that's definitely going to be a test. So the $1 million question is this. It's only a 3-point favorite. I'm a sports bookie, so I know all about this sports betting and all that type of stuff. So with that being said, it's only a 3-point spread. It's supposed to be a very close game. Pittsburgh has a good defense. The offense isn't the greatest. So if they pick Pee Wee off 1 or 2 times, hold us to, 18, 21 points, and we struggle in that game, and we win by a late field goal, or if we even lose that game, how many weeks do we go before we finally say, you know what, we need to sit Pee Wee because the film is out on him the same way the tape was out on Garoppolo. All you got to do is stack the box to beat us, bump our receivers at the line, because we already know our quarterback is going to get rid of the ball like right now, because all they're going to do is throw a 2-yard pass or a screen behind the line of scrimmage. Jimmy or Pee Wee, neither one of them could stretch the field. Neither one of them could throw deep. Neither one of them could throw down them sidelines. So once you bump our receivers at the line, you know already messed up the whole timing of the route. So therefore, we're going to have a lot of problems scoring against these good defenses that we got to face this season. So it's going to be a long, hard, rough season for us, no doubt about it. Especially if you look at the schedule, we play like 10 Pro Bowl quarterbacks this year. That's a lot of Pro Bowl quarterbacks we got to play. And in today's NFL, you got to do 2 things. You got to, 1, be able to stop the big plays. We cannot stop the big plays. We get long bombs thrown on us all the time. We get long pass interference penalties thrown on us all the time. And it's changed. We can't match that firepower because we don't have the deep play and the deep bombs in our arsenal if big play Trey ain't in the game. So it's gonna be a rough season for us, no doubt about that.
Yeah, it's going to be a challenging part because we're going to see the true colors of what Brock is and why we made this move for Trey. I mean, it's kind of like complicated with the team. I mean, Shanahan's just going with the hot hand, but he's going backwards. If I'm being honest, he's kind of going backwards to what Jimmy was.
Yeah,
that's a tough one. But everybody, like, every other fan is thinking the same way as you are, bro. We're all thinking the same way because we want Trey to have a fair chance, but it's just they always go with the guy who's healthy and actually was the hot hand. But now they're not even giving Trey the going with the first team reps in the preseason. So maybe this game will be where he can showcase it for once. I mean, I wouldn't play Brock Purdy in this last preseason game. If you really feel he's your guy, let's see what Trey can do with the starters and see if he can build some confidence, you know what I mean? And then go from there. I mean, there's no need to, like, if they feel confident with Brock, then okay, Brock, just sit down. Trey, we'll put you on the first team reps, see what you can do. Build this confidence, man. I mean, I think that's all Trey wants is confidence, a better supporting cast. Like, some people think it's laughable that, Trey can't put no better numbers with that talent. Like, dude, he actually did okay with some of the guys that we had. We didn't have Kittle with him. We didn't have McCaffrey. Let's not pretend that the numbers from Brock is actually the reason why his numbers are up because of guys like McCaffrey. McCaffrey's like the catalyst of the offense. Kittle is like the security blanket. Debo, throw a short pass, he'll give you those big plays. Like, Ayuk will get the separation. If you need a third down conversion, Juwan Jennings is your guy. It's like, it doesn't take rocket science to know that, hey, any other quarterback will look pretty good. Like, imagine if C.J. Beathard or Nick Mullins had those weapons. Would we be having the same energy as what they have with Brock? I don't know. I think, like, exactly how it was. But it's kind of, like, disrespectful for me to say that he's kind of like a C.J. Beathard with the better talent around him. Maybe that's a far-fetched for me to go there. Do you guys feel that way, man? Like, maybe I'm kind of reaching a little too far. Like, Brock Purdy is kind of like C.J. Beathard, but just with better talent.
I mean, they about neck to neck. I mean, how much I don't like Pee Wee, I think he's a little bit better than C.J. I mean, but at the end of the day, they are the same quarterbacks. I mean, if you cannot stretch the field, you is not going to make it far in today's NFL. These defensive coordinators are extremely way too smart, way too talented to let you dink and dunk all the way down the field. I mean, and I keep on telling people, they kept on saying, Pee Wee, he's undefeated in games he finished. And I keep saying, well, if you look at those games, like everybody say, here, Debo, take this 2-yard pass, take it to the house. Kittle, take this 3-yard catch across the middle, take it to the house. That type of offense is not going to work against these powerhouses you got to face to win the Super Bowl. We are a powerhouse team. We've been a powerhouse team since at least 2019. So with that being said, name one powerhouse team that Jimmy or Pee Wee beat. They beat none. All these teams that we've been whooping on, we supposed to whoop them. We've been 7-point favorites, 9-point favorites, 11-point favorites. We supposed to whoop all those teams that we're beating. We're not beating the good teams. So until we beat a powerhouse team that's on our level, that's equivalent to us, I don't want to hear none of that. Oh, Jimmy won all these games. Pee Wee won all these games. We won all the games we're supposed to win. Last year, for example, I think we're favored in just about all of our games except for Kansas City. Kansas City was supposed to beat us, and what they do? They beat the brakes off of us. And that Eagles game, they were supposed to beat us, and they beat the brakes off of us. All the rest of the games, for the most part, we was the favorites because we have a great roster. We got one of the best overall teams in the league, minus the quarterback position. So with that being said, I don't understand why people are so excited that we're beating these teams that we're supposed to beat. Once again, they said Pee Wee, he was 7-1 or 8-1, whatever that record was. But when you look at the overall record of those teams that he beat, there was 14 games under 500. We are a powerhouse. So we supposed to be happy that he beat all these teams that had a combined record of 14 games under 500. I'm not impressed with that shit. Let me know when he beat Kansas City, Cincinnati, Buffalo. Let me know when he beat one of those teams.
I mean, the only legit argument that the team he beat was Dallas. That was the only better team I can agree with. The rest of them, you're right. Most of the teams that we were supposed to beat, those were the teams. But Dallas was like that top defense. So I'm not defending Brock, which I don't plan on to, but I feel like you're right. Most of the opponents he played against some scrappy defense. But Dallas was like that true test. Let's be real. But Philadelphia was just a different animal. So you had like the way you said it, bro, quarterback plays, bro. What's so exciting about a quarterback who throws 10 yards and then you only get very little explosive plays? Like, bro, the defense could just take down those plays and you had to force to throw the quarterback to throw deep. Oh, what happened? Okay, hey, salute to Dirty E, man. Dirty E low, bro. My guy from the Central Valley, even though he's a Raiders fan, he's a cool dude. Shout out to my guy, Dirty E. Cool dude. I kicked it at one of his hangouts before. Nice dude. Okay. All right, Big Mac. No worries. No biggie. Maybe some other time we'll get you on. But yeah, bro, it's pretty cool to just have a different perspective, man. I mean, Dion is like, dude, you and Dion will get along pretty well because this dude talks really like preaches highly, bro. Like anybody else, like since I'm kind of bringing that discussion of what you said about the quarterback, bro, you're saying exactly what we've been lacking, bro, that big playability. Which Trey has that ability, bro. He throws the deep balls. He's just not – he needs to – like they're just wanting him to work on his touch-ups on the short passes, but we need to do more deep passes. That's what defense doesn't respect about us is we're not throwing the ball deep. They know we're not going to throw it deep. So that's the only thing
you hit the nail on the head.
Yeah.
Another thing with Trey, what I would do with Trey is I give Purdy his credit. Those 2-yard crossing routes and those screen passes, he's better than Trey doing those type of passes. I give him that. The thing with Trey is he's never threw those type of short passes because he got that big steroid arm. When you got those type of muscles, the last thing you're going to be doing is sitting in practice and games throwing 2-yard crossing routes and all that type of stuff. When you talk about Jimmy and Purdy, them little ass arms they got, that's all they do because that's all they could do. So that's why they so great at it. So my thing is, and if Kyle was to ever see this, I would tell him just like this, Kyle, why would you force that 2-yard crap on Trey when you know he isn't that good at that? Instead of forcing that on him, you're not forcing those deep routes on Jimmy. You're not forcing those sideline routes on Purdy because you know them two can't throw neither one of those. So instead of forcing those 2-yard routes on big play Trey, why don't you just let him throw more of those 15-yard posts and them curls and those streaks because that's what he's great at doing. Don't force that stuff on him that he's not good at doing. Work to what your quarterback is best at doing. Don't try to force your offense on him because you were stuck with Garoppolo for the last 7 or 8 years. So now you so used to calling all those screens and all those 2-yard crossing routes because that's all Jimmy was doing for the last 7 or 8 years. No, big play Trey is a different type of quarterback. Adapt and adjust to your quarterback. Kyle, that would be my message to you.
Yeah, like David, how do you feel about that, bro? Like, honestly, you just David, like you agree with it, bro?
He's right what he's saying. Trey Lance has an arm and he doesn't do those short passes. Look at that time when he threw that long pass to Debo, his first game against the Texans.
The Texans, yeah.
Yeah, he did that long pass. He has an arm to throw it down the field and let him do it, but they don't. All he does is do screen passes, and he's not that good, like what he's saying.
They're trying to make
I agree what he's saying.
Dude, if that was the case, bro, if this was just going to be a dink and dunk, bro, you just go with Mac Jones then. But no, we got to go with Purdy. No, but Trey is the upside, bro. Trey is going to be the kind of guy that will carry this team because if you need the big plays, you're going to want the guy who can throw it down the field further because secondaries, they hate that. They hate to go one-on-one on deep passes with these wide receivers. You got Debo and Ayuk who can beat some of those secondaries and get those big plays, but instead you're using Debo like a damn running back. He's catching the ball. He's breaking a tackle. Yeah, it's exciting when he breaks tackles, but he eventually gets injured at some point.
Yeah, and another thing about those dink and dunks, you got a 4-yard play, a 2-yard play. If Debo, Kittle, if they don't CMC, if they don't get lucky and break some tackles, okay, boom, now we're punting. But let's say they do break a couple of tackles to get a first down. Them long drives, that's cool when you're trying to kill the clock at the end of the game because, you got a lead and now you want to kill the clock. But if you think you're about to dink and dunk from the first quarter to the end of the game, that's not going to happen because it's not realistic to think you're going to continue to have 14-play, 75-yard drives. That's never going to happen on a regular basis because guess what? By the time you get to play 7 or 8 in that long, slow dink and dunk drive, guess what's going to happen? We're going to get an offensive holding, and that penalty about to fucking kill that drive. Penalties kills drives. So all that dink and dunk, one offensive holding, you might as well get ready to punt because you're not going to be able to make up for those penalty yards.
Well, that's what it is with this offense. Like, this is just a simple offense if you got those guys who can break tackles. But, I mean, you look at the rest of our weapons. Yeah, they are the Yak Bros, but how many breaking tackles will it take for them to eventually? I mean, they do make some big plays, but I like to see a lot of those big-time plays where it's 15 or 20-yard pass play or somewhere deep where they kind of catch that big play. That's the plays that excite you the most when you're a fan. You want to see those type of explosive plays. You don't want to see like a screen pass or something like that. It may be exciting just so you get a first down and all that stuff, but it doesn't excite us like as fans. We like to see that big deep bomb pass where, oh snap, he caught the ball, touchdown. That's the type of plays we like to see right there.
And they keep doing those small plays. The defense gonna catch on to it, and they won't have a chance to throw the little pass because the defense is going to read it, and they're going to lose yards or they could get an interception,
And that's very common in Kyle's offense at times. Sometimes the way our quarterbacks play, why do you think Jimmy made so many mistakes during his time? Like, those are the passes that start to get – it becomes stall.
Yeah, and another thing you got to look at, a couple years ago, thanks to Jimmy, our receivers got that name, the Yak Bros. I mean, if you think about it, that's not nothing to be proud of. If I'm a wide receiver, I do not want to be known as no goddamn Yak Bro. I want to be an Air Express type of guy. So that Yak Bro, that's nothing to be proud of. That's telling you your quarterback cannot stretch the field. He cannot air it out. So he about to toss you that 2-yard pass and expect you to break tackles. And if you remember back then when they said, remember a couple seasons ago when they were saying Ayuk was Kyle Doghouse and all that. I mean, that's because he's thin as a toothpick, and he expected him to do the same thing Debo was doing. Ayuk is too thin to be catching those screen passes and getting tackled by linebackers and defensive tackles. Don't know why a receiver want to keep on catching those screen passes and getting tackled by them fat boys like that. They want to run down them sidelines, and when they get tackled, okay, boom, I'm about to get tackled by a defensive back, somebody my same size. I'm not trying to keep on getting hit by them fat boys. Now you about to get me injured, shorten my career. I'm not trying to go through all that.
Yeah, that's the problem right there. Is like, if you notice the way we throw those passes, it's kind of like how the running back catches the screen pass. Like, those are the type of plays that usually running backs do those plays. But if you want the 10 or 15-yard type plays, those are where your wide receivers make those catches and make the big plays the most. But if it's those short passes, you're not going to get those plays where it becomes a 20-plus yard at times. Debo kind of makes it look easy sometimes, but let's be honest. If he had a chance to go for a deep pass play, more than likely he'll either get a touchdown out of that play if he had an opportunity to separate.
But he lost a lot of weight though.
He looks
Yeah.
explosive. He does look explosive, but that kid Ronnie Bell, I'm hoping they
Yeah.
use him the right way. But he does have that kind of yak ability, but we don't want to use that term as much. But if they keep using him like that, that can lead to injuries too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And kind of, to piggyback off of the deep plays that we keep on talking about, like I said, this is a passing league right now. All the rules are in favor of the offense. Them defensive backs cannot touch the wide receivers. You cannot hit the quarterback. This isn't the football days of the 80s where the running backs always was the MVPs. The running backs got the big money. No, this is a passing league. You need a Pro Bowl quarterback and you need Pro Bowl wide receivers in order to win Super Bowls because it's so much money in sponsorships for TV and commercials. It's billions of dollars up in there. Do you really think the NFL and these owners want to see 14, 12 ball games, 17, 14 ball games? Hell no. They want to see shootouts. They want to see 41s, 38s, and all that type of stuff. So, with that being said, they want big plays because offense sells commercials and
And tickets.
endorsements. So, being that we cannot stretch the field, think about all the games we played. When we watching the game is tight, and then somebody throw a deep pass on us, and one of our dumbass wide receivers, defensive backs, not looking back, and we get a 40-yard pass interference penalty. Think about all the many times that happened to us. But it never happened on the opposite end. We never had a wide receiver running down the sideline and get a 40-yard pass interference because with Jimmy, we wasn't running those type of plays. So we need to catch up or we're going to get left behind.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like I think that's the problem with this offense. Like, once we play better defense, they're going to start to slow down that offense a little more. So I want to believe the Brock Purdy hype, but I just don't see this guy take us to the next level. These were games where the defense had no film. They barely knew who the kid was. And now you have a full offseason to prepare for this kid. And this kid's coming off of a UCL surgery, and he's still kind of shaking off the rust. And Pittsburgh, let's not take them for granted. It's just this is a team that you don't want to sleep on. They're a well-coached defense. I think Kenny Pickett might be a breakout player, and that's somebody you might want to watch out for. We need to have Bosa back, so I don't know. The money talks, BS walks, man.
Yeah, I'm going to be at that Pittsburgh game, man. I think it's going to be a tough game. I honestly do.
Yeah, it's going to be a pretty tough game.
Yeah, you better win because I got money on that game.
Oh, shit. Take that money off. I won't bet on anything Purdy got something to do with. I would not risk it at this point, especially on the road. I mean, he might play a little bit better at home, but Pittsburgh, they got a lot of fans. We usually take over stadiums. If I had to guess, I'd probably say we probably be up in there about 30% capacity because it's a lot of Pittsburgh fans, so it's going to be hard to get their tickets. And then they triple the price anytime San Francisco is in town because they know we travel well. So all they fans who sell their season tickets to us, they make sure they make a pretty penny off of us. But I wouldn't bet that game. That's one game I'll stay away from.
It's a physical type defense too, so you never know.
Yeah, I think we got that game. I always got confidence. So like to me, like we're winning all the games. I like to say that, but I really do. We could beat Pittsburgh in week 1.
Yeah, like I said, it's only a 3-point spread, so it's going to be a close game. But just the fact that it's on the road, it's going to be a sellout game.
Yeah.
It's going to be more of their fans up in the game because they're not going to sell us their tickets. And
they're
the
loyal.
most important thing is they got a good defense, and they're not going to let us dink and dunk up that field. Not unless we get lucky and have 200 yards worth of yak, I don't see us winning that game.
It's going to be a tough one. In order to beat Pittsburgh, we got to out-physical them a little bit. We got to at least have a good amount of killing the clock on their offense because we don't know what their offense could be. But if we can kill time of possession for them and run the ball at times. But I feel like those big plays, it's going to really determine whether we can beat this team. So when I look at the away games, bro, that's where we usually excel the most. But man, I'm going down SoFi on week 2, so that's going to be pretty interesting. I'm going to go down to LA, man.
Someone, my friend, had selling his tickets for week 2, but I don't got no car to get over there, so like I can't buy them. You know.
Somebody, I mean, how far is it from Coronas to Englewood?
Probably like 45 minutes, maybe.
I'm pretty sure if you give them, I'm pretty sure if you would have like at least have somebody take you with you, man, just pay their gas, man. Maybe you can hook them up.
Yeah, but he only has 2 tickets, so I need like 3.
Oh, you need so you need 3 for you and your wife and everybody else.
For me and my wife and whoever takes us.
Oh.
And the guy only has season tickets for 2 tickets for the Rams. So I told him, hey, can you get one more? And he said, no, he can't. He only could get 2, and he got good. He got good seats too. They're right there, 245, row 16 and 17.
Ooh,
he's selling them for like $300 a pop.
Shit. No, but I got mine already, so I'm all the way up there. Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's also. I don't know. We're also bad on the East Coast. In a way, I disagree in some ways. We do travel okay on the East Coast. It's just like in the previous games, we actually played bad at some points. But I think when we played like when we played some teams on the East Coast, it was kind of like some slow games that we played on. But I think as far as us adjusting to the weather, that's the only difference. But Pittsburgh's going to be the real test. This will really determine what Brock Purdy is. Because this hype on Brock Purdy, those first 7 games, the guy looked like he was untouchable. He looked untouchable like Jimmy G was in those 5-game stretches. Now let's see.
Yeah, but keep in mind, a lot of that was a whole bunch of yak.
Yep.
I mean, if you look at his highlight reels, it's going to be 2 things. His highlights going to either consist of a short pass with a whole bunch of yak, or it's going to be 2 wide open receivers with this Pro Bowl offense we got. You just going to see wide open receivers out there in the secondary with no fucking body around them. So it is either going to be yak or blown coverage in that secondary because we got so many Pro Bowlers on offense that them defenses don't know who to go pick up. So I guarantee you when you look at his highlight reel, I looked at it plenty of times, and that's what I noticed. Either yak or blown coverage in the secondary because of a nice play design with all of our Pro Bowlers, and you just cannot double team everybody. So somebody is always open.
Yeah, the way we scheme this offense, it's built to have the receivers wide open. So even Sam Darnold said in a press conference that he's never seen a receiver that wide open quickly, man.
Yeah.
That's what he said in the press conference, and that's kind of funny. Like, this guy was not accustomed to these type of receivers doing that. Like, not even with the Jets and the Panthers. They couldn't separate? Good Lord.
There's no more excuses for Sam Darnold. He's on a good offense and defense team. There's no more excuse for him. He's on the right team, on the best team, and he has weapons around him. It's like, no more excuses for you, man. You know what I mean?
No more.
Okay, so let me ask y'all this. So it's a given. Pee Wee, he's quarterback 1, so I conceded to that. So I finally went ahead and accepted that. So with that being said, do you think it'll make sense for Kyle to do with Trey? What he done his rookie year, every game throw about 4 or 5 plays up in there. He did at the beginning of Trey rookie year. Then I think about that 4th game, he just stopped doing it for whatever reason. You think he should run 2 quarterbacks here and there? That way he could continue to get some sort of experience and stand in the loop instead of just sitting on that sideline for 4 weeks, 5 weeks, waiting for Purdy to get hurt, and then he about to run back out there, and now he's fresh and and didn't have no recent reps in real live game action?
I mean, it really depends. Like if we're in the goal line situation and we're in third down or something or fourth down, maybe I want to get Trey that rep to where maybe he can get us that run for that touchdown play, or maybe in that short pass or the other situation where he can get us that goal line pass to the fullback or to the tight ends. And I think in certain packages it does work. Like we can use Trey in different ways. Like you know how the Saints use Taysom Hill, right? But the only difference is Trey has more better talent, but the way how the Saints use Taysom Hill, he kind of catches defense off guard. That's exactly how Trey does it.
I think they should do that. Like to have two quarterbacks in the same game, and they bring them back and forth. Yeah, I think they should do that.
But you want the chemistry and reps. But I'm not saying consistently. Like give Trey some plays here and there to where you can have a chance to. Like let's say we're at the 20-yard line, right? Like right at the 20-yard line, close to the end zone. Maybe there's a play we can use Trey on because Trey can throw a 15-yard pass or something in between where it's a catchable pass. You might want to give it to that wide receiver, and then that's where the money's at. Trey throws you that 15-yard pass, and it goes 5 yards for a touchdown off that play. Maybe that's where you can use them, or in the goal line package play where you can use his legs, and maybe he gives you that touchdown. There's different ways how to use them.
And even if you bring them in as just a decoy, because let's say you bring Trey in and we're at the 50-yard line, and you 100% got a run play.
Oh shoot, he's got his okay.
Okay, so you know you got to run to McCaffrey.
Oh, okay.
So with that being said, you bring Trey in because you know we're about to hand off to McCaffrey. Just the fact that Trey is in the game, guess what's going to happen? Them linebackers about to bag up. Them safeties are about to bag up because they about to respect Trey's arm, and they thinking, oh, he about to bring him in to air the ball out. But guess what? Now we about to hand the ball off, and McCaffrey about to get more yards because the linebackers are bagged up, the safeties bagged up. So when you could do that a couple times, and to these defenses like, oh, hold up. Now every time Trey come in, he hand the ball off, then guess what? Now you can throw that play action up in there, and you got motherfucking Ayuk running down the sidelines for 50 yards.
Yeah, that's effective play, and it gets defense to guess a little bit. Yeah, I'm back everywhere.
Yep.
Or you could do what he did against the Broncos with that tight end, and like just go down the middle, throw the ball to the chest or whatever they could catch it, and let him throw it. You know, he has that arm.
That's where he's effective.
He has that arm. He could throw it down the field. You know.
Anything with the short passes, those are where the fastballs really hurt the receivers the most. But they're trying to make them soften up the throwing motion. That's the problem. Because when you're throwing a short pass, is a difference between having a strong arm, because most strong arm quarterbacks don't throw the short passes much often. They're more of the deep up the middle, deep on the sideline area. It's like you have to it's hard to adjust with a certain quarterback. That takes time because of the touch up and the way to throw the ball. But Trey, he is not a dink and dunk. He's just a guy that's going to give you the big plays. It's just the coaching staff wants to try to make him into something he's not.
Yep, I agree.
And that's the thing. And it's sad and it's unfortunate that he lost his job because Kyle says, well, Purdy, he's better at throwing my 2-yard screen passes, and he's better at throwing my 2-yard crossing routes. Well, like I say, and I tell people all the time, you cannot force that on Trey. If I was Kyle, another thing I would do, and I think this offense would be freaking awesome, I wouldn't have Juice in the game so much, right? Take the fullback, Juice, take him out the game. Danny Gray, he's hurt right now. Ray, he's hurt. So then I throw either Jawan up in there or Ronnie Bell. So now we got 3 wide receivers. We got Kittle, and we got McCaffrey in the backfield. Now you see the way Trey hit those 4 or 5, 6 plays in a row in that Denver game, and all of them was 12-yard strikes, 15-yard strikes, 20-yard strikes. Man, if you got them 3 wide receivers running routes, and you got Kittle coming across the middle, and then you got CMC coming. Oh my goodness! I
It'll be
would
game
use
over.
3 wide receivers and let Trey just air that bitch out. I would love to
Yeah,
see that.
That's
yeah,
what I'm
I
saying.
agree.
Big
Yeah,
plays right there. Those big plays, and that's guarantee a first down either way. So it's like
Yeah,
instead of those 2-yard short passes where you're hoping maybe you get a first down or get close to the first down marker. Nah, I want that 20-yard play. I want that 30. Hell, I want that 50-yard play where it goes somewhere.
I want that. I want that long pass what he did to Debo against the Texans.
Oh yeah,
That's
that
what
was
I want.
a game changing play. That play took some time because Trey was just looking for that open receiver. But when you give Trey enough time in the pocket, he does have time to look for that wide receiver, and it turns out Debo's open. But Ayuk is that guy that catches it during times, man. I mean, if you need a third down short situation, Juwan Jennings will give you that for sure. So it's like, dude, I'll be honest. What do I expect Brock Purdy to be? He's just going to be a system quarterback. He's just going to do his job. He's not going to be the reason why we lose. It's going to be in spite of him. Let's throw that out there. Word in spite, just like Jimmy. Trey would have to be the one that would have to be the answer, but nobody wants to take a word out of us, so we don't know.
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, I agree.
Purdy, he's Jimmy Jr. all over again.
if Jimmy had his own kid, that's his son right there.
He's 100% Jimmy G Jr.
God damn, that looks like John Harbaugh's kid right there. He kind of does look like John Harbaugh. Yeah, I don't know if you ever seen it.
He's suspended for 3 games too.
Yeah. So he wears number 13, not because of Kurt Warner, but Dan Marino, I guess. So I'm hoping that number ain't bad luck charm because you know what they say, Friday the 13th, that ain't a good number.
Right.
That's my number.
13.
You know it.
Yeah. Hey, but speaking of it, man, since we got a lot to chop it in a little bit, I think we'll call it a day, whatever you guys want to do, bro. But we'll do one next week, man. But for my guy Lotto, bro, how you like this group theme so far, man?
Oh, yeah. I like it. I could rock with it.
All right. We'll work on something. We're working every Tuesday shows, but since there's not a lot of people in, usually we go up for an hour, but since it's not a lot, we'll probably just chime in some more topics. We'll probably do some more of the, I guess we'll talk regular season football once this preseason game's over with, and we'll mix up some stuff, man. But I like your takes, bro. You're spot on. Like, I feel like you know what you're talking about, and some of the guys that act like they know what they're talking about, they are clueless.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Oh, yeah, John Jay's talking smack on your Dodgers, man. Damn it.
Yeah, they lost. But who's still in first place by 12 games? Tell me that.
But for everybody else, thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll call it a day. We'll see you guys next week. Hey, you'll see a lot of Lotto.
Like always, go Niners and
Go
F those
Niners.
guys.
Hey, you'll see more of the Lotto, man. He the lottery, man. He the lottery number, man. He knows his shit.
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
All right,
indeed.
Nice to meet you, man.
Peace out.
Peace out.
Go Niners.
Okay.
All right.